So I just got to go in there and actually refine some of the details on this cover because there's some stuff that needs to be fixed, but overall, it's not too bad. And you know what's really cool is I got to use the liquid acrylic ink. Really thick and nice and opaque, which is what's nice when you're doing Copic markers, watercolor, or color ink. It's this is more opaque, so it kind of covers anything I want to cover underneath. I'm so used to doing things traditionally that I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to use ink or, you know, color digitally for this cover. But since I got most of the book is digital coloring anyways, I figured it was just better to do the traditional route. I think we're going to try to call this done. Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm gonna say hi to everybody and then we can get started because this is gonna be a pretty extensive piece to color. Awesome. Thank you, Lamp Splat. Okay, hello to State of the Art, Richard Willis, Sokolov Art, JD, hello, Stella Art, Stefan, hello, Refilms, hello, Xbox Gamer Trev 6763. I should probably start learning how to say your guys' name in full and see how fast I could do it. P. Collett, let's see who else we have here. Refilms, awesome. You call dibs on this piece, Stefan. I will keep that in mind. Yep. Thank you so much, Richard Willis. So the reason why the line art is so refined for this piece, it's because I am going to be coloring with ink, so I don't want any like residue left over from like sketch lines and stuff. And also for the print, I'm thinking one side of the print, so it's going to be a double-sided print, is going to be in pencil, like, you know, like what you see here. I scanned it last night, and then the other side's going to be full color. So that's what I'm planning for the final stretch of the Kickstarter. And we have one more unlockable, free unlockable item. I'm trying to figure out what that's going to be because I don't want to repeat what I've already done. So, hello, Robbie. And Stormtrooper Julius Caesar, hello. That's a cool name. Hello, Arthur. Yay. So today we're going to see if Vince shows up. I don't recall, but I think he missed 2 live streams because the week before I cut it short because I was on the other podcast, Comic Art Live. So I am going to start. I think you guys might have seen the trailer, I'm not sure, but today we're going to be inking, it is ink, coloring with these colored inks. So half of it's going to be India ink and the other half is this FW ink right here. So that's what I'm planning. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. See, I don't get to see that stuff, Stefan, like if I get featured or not. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, oh, that's right. We got the Project We Love badge a few days ago. So special thanks to you guys for pushing it out there. Even without the badge, we still did really, really well. And yeah, it's all thanks to you guys. And thank you to Kickstarter for featuring that. So for the final stretch, I'm going to put this aside a little bit so you guys can see how I mix my inks. Well, the only color worth mentioning when it comes to mixing ink is actually the skin tones, because that's a really, really tough one. If I'm not careful, it looks kind of streaky and it dries that way. But luckily for me, we're using the FW acrylic ink So that makes it so I could cover stuff up and it's a lot more opaque and thick. So I think I showed you guys the Echoes cover I did. That was done in inks as well. So maybe I could show you a couple more things. So here we go. It's gonna look a lot like this, but I think I want more hot pinks and stuff in this piece so that it stands out. And so if I were to do interior pages with this ink technique, I'll show you a couple of pages I did of an Evanescence book a while ago, which unfortunately people did not receive their copies of it, and that was very unfortunate. I don't know what happened with that. So this is with the ink that I'm using. It's going to be the same thing. This was not a marker, this was actually ink. And so this was like the first book I did where it was all the inks. Yes, show and tell time. And so yeah, I wish I had the time to color like this with my comic book, but that would take forever. Maybe I'll do one more page. Maybe just do a few more. Okay. And then we got these pages. It's the same scene. This was so much fun, and I like doing greenery with the ink, so. And drawing the forest. So I don't know if anybody got a hold of the book, but I did not get my copies, and I don't want to get into it, but you know, the publisher of the book did not deliver on some of the stuff. So I'll leave it at that, but that's what we're going for. These inks are so much fun. When I first started using it years ago, I was so nervous because I'm so used to Copic markers blending in perfectly, so I never knew how much water to put for the ratio. So wow, you did, JD? That's amazing, because I didn't have the most stellar experience with them, and I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to get into it, but that kind of stuff happens, and yeah. So I'm glad you got your copy, JD, from the store, even though you did order it from them. I think they completely disappeared, so. Anyhow, at least I got the pages. Okay, let's start. Do I water down the inks when I use them? For the most part, I do, because otherwise the colors would be so saturated. It doesn't always give the look that I want. So I'm gonna go in here and do this. I could probably get away with not doing this, because at first I was just gonna start coloring without outlining, but I think if I was smart about it, I'd probably start outlining. So that's what I'm gonna do first. We're gonna use my favorite brush. You could, so Richard says, you could always dilute the ink and build up the tone for the skin color. No, I agree. It's just getting the right color is the key, because the closest color where I could just dilute it is the orange, but the problem with diluting it too much, it does kind of warp the paper a little bit. So I have to do like an in-between technique for that. But yes, ideally we'll do orange. And I used to actually pre-mix my skin tones and just keep it in one of these little jars, but then if I didn't use it for a while, I wasted a ton of ink and it's just sitting in there and it's dried up, you know? So that is, this brush is super not happening. I might have to open up a new brush pack because this one is still has black ink on it, so. Okay, see, I'll show you guys my brush stash of all of my favorite brushes. I have two of these left, so I have two of these Menzo. Do I have this too? Oh my god, you guys! If there's no Menzo brushes on this planet, it's because I got all of them. So these two are my favorite. Yeah, I only got two of these left. So. Hello, Art of Sasuke. See you, Ross. See you, Ross. Aw. You guys make me want to wear an, you know, like an ugly Christmas sweater and dress up as Bob Ross for Christmas. You know, it's funny, Cleaver. I've had this brush stash for like 4 years, I think. I was paranoid about not being able to get them, so I just ordered as many as I could. So yes, I have all the brushes. That would be amazing. You know, I might do it, JD. I might do it. It's like, why the heck not? To celebrate the end of the Kickstarter, I could dress up as Bobby Ross. And, bless you, John. Come on, open it up. Let's go. We gotta get drawing. My gosh. I didn't want to rip the bag, but oh well. It's not going back in there now. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, so I think I'm gonna ink the outline with either sepia tone or purple. So. See, this brush is so sharp. Look at that. It's amazing. Oh, I get too excited. I'm gonna put this away. Okay, we gotta stay focused. I've got so much going on in my head right now. I've got things I'm supposed to do. And I'm quite tired today, so. Yeah, I know, Cleaver. That's why I did it, and because I have had the experience where I try to go back to you know, pick something up and it's no longer available, and it's just like, oh, I should have just bought it when I had the chance. You know. So right now I'm mixing purple, a little bit of orange, and a tiny bit of green to get like a sepia brown tone for the outline. So the nice thing about outlining with purple is you could always go over it with different colors, and it creates a neat like gradient. So. Let's mix this. See what we get here. So it's like a purplish orange. Okay, so Robbie asked what camera is above the table, or right here. Okay, so this is actually one of my first DSLRs that I used when I started vlogging after I was in Hawaii, which I had like a Sony Vixia, I think it was, and I don't use that anymore. But this is a Canon RP, and it is a cute little camera. It's not that big, but it's I think it's full frame. And it's a 35 millimeter fixed lens. It's an f1.8 macro, and this is Canon. And then the big camera that's to my left, it's a Canon R6, and there's a 24 to 70 millimeter lens, 2.8 Canon on this one. So that's what I'm using right now. Wicked sharp. Awesome, Richard. I'm hoping that this every time I stream, you guys get a little bit more done here and there. And I know life does get in the way for sure, and I know that feeling. Okay, let's start inking something here. Can you see that? Right. Oh, there you go. Okay. I got so much stuff to the left of me. I should probably start moving things. Okay. This is just gonna be a quick warm up because I haven't inked in a couple of days. I just finished some of my commissions that are gonna get sent out on Monday. So JD, I think one of those is yours. So you're gonna get that soon. Okay, so this works. Alrighty, so I'm gonna use a different brush because this one's too thick. Oh, thank you, Junkung. You guys make me feel like I know what I'm doing. This brush needs to be softened a little bit. So because there's like a glue on it, like a clear film on it to keep it sharp. And what I like to do is not actually clean off the whole entire thing because I like it to be kind of stiff towards the top. So all I do is add a little bit of water to the bottom so that it's still kind of sharp. You see how it's a little bit more soft right here. And then I try to keep as long as I can the film on there. So oh, awesome, Robbie. Yeah, the RP is pretty solid for, a tiny little camera. And I haven't needed to upgrade my camera body in a while. And to be fair, I do have a red Komodo for the cinema camera. So I don't really need to upgrade, I think, my DSLR, at least anytime soon. Okay. So the reason why I'm doing this first is to make sure color is right and the brush strokes are right, and then I could go and start coloring the character. So look at that. I'm wondering if I should turn on the overhead light so that I don't see it's kind of okay, maybe that's better. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's better. And what I like about coloring with these inks is there's like this cool little gradient. So the longer you do it, the less ink is on the brush, and so it makes a cool little gradient instead of just one solid color, like when you're using pens. You know what I mean? So. So JD, along with yours, I had to do a lady killer commission, which I love that commission because it's like a 1960s mid-century vibe, except it's kind of bloody, so I can't really show it on camera. I don't want to get like a strike on it or something. But yeah, it's one of my favorite commissions that I did, along with Magdalena, which I know you guys know, like Joe Benitez was my favorite artist from Top Cow, one of my favorite artists, and he did Magdalena, and that was when I fell in love with the character and the darkness. Okay, so that works. Alrighty, so let's jump into the fun stuff, or the focal point, I guess I should say. I'm not giving myself a ton of room to work with here. as we are left-handed. That'll work. Which lady killer issue number? Joe thinks Joe was wrong. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing, huh? I'd have to contact them, let them know I'm interested. Oh, and the lady killer I was talking about was actually a commission. I wish, and I did not do any variant covers for anybody recently. I am going to be working on a variant cover shortly here. I gotta ask him if it's okay for me to tell everybody what it is. But I have to draw the cover first. So tomorrow I have to work on a variant cover. And besides Echoes, I think that was my last variant cover. Okay, so that's looking okay. Oh my gosh, JD, yes, I know. Joe is amazing. Oh man, there's so much stuff here, you guys. One second. I have my microphone over here. And I can't move my page around. And when I'm inking like this, it's like, I'm gonna need all the room I can get. Okay. All right. So right now this color is kind of like a mixture of a little bit of orange and purple, and that's my favorite outline color because it gives it a little bit of a sepia tone, but like a purplish sepia tone. So this brush is awesome and it's brand new. So it is not worn out like the other one I had. I know. Yeah, you're not gonna flag me, JD, if that lady killer commission showed up. Yeah, if I got to do the darkness variant cover, that would be so cool. That was one of my favorite Top Cow characters and comic book characters in general, because he's so. And you know, and I just thought about this recently. I'm like, wait a minute. I think I was also inspired by Jackie Estacado, you know, the whole assassin vibe of the book to do my own. So yeah, you can say that Neo Wonderland was loosely inspired by Jackie Estacado or The Darkness back in the day, before I changed it completely. Am I outlining the entire image with the same color? Maybe not. I think for her, yes, but then I think for the Sakura trees, I might do a different color. I might do like a pinkish brown color, which would be really cool. And then I would go over it and darken it like with a different color. So that's how I like to do it when it comes to inks. Is I like to have like a base color that's kind of bright, and then I could go in there and actually add black where I want to. Either way works, but I think I want to just try something new. I want something kind of colorful. So I'm just gonna outline part of her outfit. That way you guys can see it. I'm gonna go to the hair and then the face, so that we, you know, could fit that in there before the end of the live stream. And what's cool about like doing it live is now I'm able to kind of time myself to see how long it takes for me to do something, whereas before I don't really pay attention to exactly how long it takes to get something completely done. So I know I'm excited for the relaunch. I'm so excited that I think so Mark is writing it, I'm assuming, or at least co-writing it, because he is a busy guy. Okay, so that's going to work out pretty good. that part for now. So I'm just gonna go and ink all the main broad shapes that I could see here. And let's just say I want to make it seem like there's a wider depth of field, or narrow depth of field, sorry. So I just added a little bit of water, and so that purple is not as dark now. What's nice about this ink is it dries pretty fast, so I'm not worried about going over it and, you know, smearing it. Which was, you know, that was the problem with the Pentel pocket brush. I love that pen, that brush so much, but towards the end, so the ink would start to come out a little too much because it was running out, and then it'd make like a huge mess, and the lines wouldn't be perfect. So this is like my only real way of controlling the amount of ink I have coming out. So speaking of Witchblade, JD, someone posted some really old commissions that I did. It was Witchblade, and I think it was She-Hulk, and oh, it was so long ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people were willing to pay for that back then. I mean, that's amazing. Pretty sure you're the only way I keep up. Yes, Mark is writing Bennis on pencils, issue 1. Raymond Gay is taking over, I think. Nice. Well, you make sure to show us what kind of ink this is that you're using to color your artwork. Thanks. Oh, yes, in fact, here, I will show you really quick. And if you want to screen grab it, it's Bombay India ink, and it's just a color set. And then the FW is the thicker acrylic ink that I'm going to be using for the skin tones to mix with the India ink. Hopefully that helps. Will you use any watercolors to stay in the Japanese theme? I might in the background, actually. We'll see. It all depends on the kind of textures I want and how much water I'm going to be using, because since this is a bristle board, it's not watercolor paper, so it might absorb ink a little differently depending on the type of bristle board, because some bristle board, it warps pretty easily, and I think this one's okay, but the thicker one, it tends to warp a little bit. So I'm gonna do her sleeves. And I'm looking into it. I don't know if I can at this point, but I wanted to, for the print, have it so it's like a metallic emboss for some koi or some fish that I was going to put on this piece, but it'd be like a separate layer, so it would be the only thing that's shining, and it's like translucent almost, like a hologram. But I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to do that, but if I could, that'd be awesome. Because I have to find the right printers and get the right amount. Magical posters, yes I do. Hello. And pretty soon here, you guys, after the Kickstarter ends on Thanksgiving, apparently. I didn't know that, but it's ending on Thanksgiving. I think I said November 26th, but it's actually November 27th at 2:11 p.m. I think that's Mountain Time. I'm not sure. Because that's when I pushed the button to launch the Kickstarter. All that is to say that the Discord, I will try to get that going myself actually right after the Kickstarter ends. So that you guys have something for that right after Thanksgiving and Black Friday. We will have a Discord server. And I think I'm going to give everybody who backs the Kickstarter special color because someone requested it. I'm thinking maybe neon pink if they have that color. So, and if they have like special badge that you guys get, I'll try to figure that out. Let's see, live chat. Yeah, it's gonna be. I haven't done it in a while. And the first, what do you call it? Discord that I tried, I wasn't sure what I was doing. So hopefully this time is a little different. Because I had all these different rooms and I didn't know how to navigate them. And my friend had one and I was supposed to be a part of it and I didn't understand how to use it. So hopefully it's a different experience this time. I love this brush so much. It makes drawing fun. Or inking. Oh man, Jackie Estacado. Remember that Batman Darkness crossover? That was cool. And I think David Finch drew it, right, you guys? That was amazing. Yeah, this brush is amazing. I mean, deadlines are pretty serious business, and so the only way to let it be enjoyable is like this type of approach where you're actually having fun doing it. And this brush makes it fun. I'm not overstating it. I mean, that's why I bought so many of them. And I have, tons of other brushes, but this one is just like a good all-around brush for everything. Oh, neon color would be amazing. Awesome. Perfect. I'm thinking, so to keep up with the theme of my comic book, I think neon pink would be awesome. And I'll look to see what else some other cool little things we could do. Because I do not remember all the different features for Discord. Like maybe custom emojis with Pocky's face or something would be kind of cool. Yeah, JD, I'm so glad that they kept the continuity of the Batman Darkness crossover where it was actually consequential to the story, so that was awesome. Okay, so I'm going to, maybe for her hair, because she's got dark hair, I'm going to add a little bit of blue to it to make it a bit more fun. And then afterwards, I could always go in there and add black on top, which is what I'm planning on doing. So do I have two different purples? Oh. Okay, so mixing blue with purple. hair. And I want to try to keep the dry brush look going because the pencils look really cool that way. Let me turn down a little bit so you could see. Okay. Hey, Michael Richardson, what is up? I hardly work with color, but doing inks like this, would you still go light to dark? If you're not sure about where you're going with it, yeah, light to dark is always good. But if you are sure, then it's okay to go dark to light. Like it's not too bad of a preference. But yeah, light to dark is probably the most safe way to do it, I guess, ideal. I'm just gonna go blue. There's too much purple in here. This is so much fun. Look at the gradients. Oh yeah. When you guys aren't watching, I'm just sitting here geeking out over the supplies and stuff. Like, I get too happy doing this kind of stuff. And you know, I used to prefer coloring with marker, but ever since I started practicing with ink, I fell in love with it. Ink and watercolors. See, the water is, or towards the end, it kind of fades, so it's not as dark, and I like that look because I could always go in and add more ink. Well, is it a good problem to have when you have too much, you got to move, and you have all these supplies, but then again, if I needed to use something, I have it. You remember those cute little stubby pencils that I have because I've been drawing with them so much? I'm trying to figure out how I would be able to maybe do a random drawing or something. Like, come on. Okay, see these little things? I have like a dozen of these. I was gonna give them away. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it so that you guys can have my pencils that I'm not using anymore. And I don't have to pack it with me when I move every time. And it would be like signed and put in a little baggie or something with a sketch. I don't know. I have so many. Francis Manipul and I both have like tons of those short pencils. They're fun to draw with because you can get really precise with them when they're short. But at some point you just can't use them. Even with the pencil extender. Robbie Digital, I mentioned on a podcast circuit that you study screenwriting techniques to improve writing. Are you writing a full screenplay style script for Neo Wonderland? I actually did. So I did write the full script. It's very much like a screenplay, except the formatting is basically, on the left side, whereas for screenplays, it's centered format. So, yes, I did write a screenplay, basically script, but it's the comic book strip script. But since I changed I changed like some very specific pages on the final version. I'm not actually following the script exactly, which I guess is a lot like a movie, same thing. Um, it's not a shooting script, so yeah, and I probably won't have to do it like that anymore unless I had to hand off the book to someone else, which I don't plan on doing. I'm just gonna write like an outline, basically, of my future scripts for this book, and then just write the dialogue down, basically, because I have to letter it anyways, or get it lettered. So that's the only difference. Just so I could streamlining and get things done quicker. But it's nice to have that skill so that you could be very thoughtful about your approach to the story. And in case you ever have to pass it off, or let's just say I get an animation made or something, that'd be kind of cool to be able to contribute to the story in that way. Oh, thank you so much, Odaville. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with those podcasts because you get to hang out with people that really care about this stuff, and they ask really good questions, and they ask me things I don't really even think about on a day to day basis. So it basically allows me to be more thoughtful and understand my process more, and just also you get to relive the best parts of this industry. And I mean, and I'm super grateful that people have had me on, because without their help getting the word out of my for the book, I don't know I don't know where I'd be right now. Because I felt like I was out of I didn't realize this, but was really out of the industry for a bit. Even though I was drawing the whole time, I didn't go to conventions and rarely kept up with that. So I just felt like fish out of water again, and kind of being reintroduced, I guess. I could skip around, but I like doing the hair, but also because the thing with ink is I can't put I take out just enough so that I don't have to use a ton of ink. But then once I have the ink ready to go, I like to go ahead and just use that color up, or else I kind of waste ink. So it's the one, I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage, but it's the one thing to be aware of, I guess. Because I don't want to leave the jar open and then start inking through the jar, especially when I'm mixing colors, because then it dries up and stuff. So aw, thank you, JD. That's so sweet. It's like a full circle moment sometimes, thinking about the fact that I got to work on Michael Turner's projects. I mean, yeah, books and stuff. And, it's just unfortunate that I never really got to work with him in particular. Stefan, which do I prefer? Um, I think they both have their own unique things that I enjoy, because, like, cons, I get to hang out with my friends. and it's very festive. But then store signings, it's very intimate, so you get to talk to people and hang out and chat, you know, much longer, and it's more intimate. So I kind of prefer those aspects of those kind of events. So, and I gotta contact a couple people, but I might be planning some store signings and definitely more conventions. So as soon as this book is done, you guys, you're gonna get tired of seeing me in real life. I have to talk to my fulfillment team, but to verify a couple things. But I should be able to live stream and film the warehouse when the book is there, so you guys could see the behind the scenes. It's gonna be so much fun. You get to geek out on all the other comic books they have there. It's gonna be amazing, and I think they're building their own studio, so that's gonna be fun. And if I know in advance that you guys are going to be on the live stream, maybe I can fulfill your items, on the live stream while I'm at the warehouse, and we could gather all of your items and just pack them together so you could see it. It'd be so much fun. It's like real life. Captain Robert. Hello from somewhere on US 101, road tripping today. That's awesome. I love road trips. Yeah, I'm gonna make it fun. So we will try to plan for that live stream while I'm packing everything for you guys. So as soon as the Kickstarter ends next week, and after I set up the Discord server, I'm gonna start drawing serious amounts of pages. We're almost on the halfway mark right now, so we're not too far off. But that was considering the fact that while I was working on those pages, I was working on Rockefellers. So this is the one time I actually get to work on this comic book full time. Oh my gosh, free films. Yes, Michael Turner and Fathom was just was the most amazing thing. I mean, I think I brought a couple issues with me, and when you look at it, it just blows your mind, Oh, yes, that's right. My first ever published piece was thank you to Renee Gerlings for putting my fan art in the back of Fathom number, was it 7 or 8, you guys? I think it was like number 8. And then ever since then I was like, I have to draw comic books, so it is possible. Yeah, it is a wild feeling, you guys. It's like I've never actually been able to do that, I don't think, because even when I was doing Lola, I was actually doing a lot of press and going to conventions and stuff, so I never really got to sit down continuously to work on Lola. It was traveling and then working on the book, and I don't feel sorry for myself, but I just don't know what it feels like, to be able to focus solely, because I have so much planned for this book, the visuals and the story, that I kind of have to like really focus on it. I'm still gonna live stream on Saturday, so while I'm working on the book, you guys could see the process too. And it's a little tricky because I'm filming that up. What is it? The digital tier that everybody's getting is going to have the documentary / process of the book. So it's a bit of back and forth. But that's gonna be fun and hopefully helpful to you guys. And I was thinking like maybe when it's done, we could have a premiere, private premiere, where you guys get like a digital ticket to live stream, just watch the premiere with me on YouTube. And it'd be a private screening on YouTube, so only the people that back the Kickstarter would be able to watch it. So, and of course, you're gonna have to download a copy of it too, so you can have it on your computer. Jump pictures. Yes. I need to do more jump photos. Oh, thank you so much, Cleaver. I have too much fun doing this stuff, so it's the only thing that I kind of like wish I was better at was like having a little bit more time to plan out these things a little bit more in advance, so that way I could, make it really cool. And the experience, I think the whole thing with Kickstarters is, and I was asked this question, is why Kickstarter? It's just, you get to do so much more with it, and it's more of like almost like going to a theme park. It's more of like an experience than just going to the comic shop, which of course is nothing wrong with that, and I would still want that experience, but I think that to enhance it any way possible nowadays would be amazing, and just add a new dimension to the story, So we didn't have those before, outside of maybe going to conventions and making our booth look really cool and stuff like that. So you made it, Vince. Oh, I miss you. Awesome. And you made it an hour before we end, so that's awesome. It was like the exact time. He's so on time. I mean, you kind of have to be. You are an editor, and cracking the whip on those artists, for deadlines. So Vince is punctual. Is it blurry? A little bit blurry? Huh. Okay. Oh, thank you, Vince. Yeah, this is so much fun. I I was like, what's the one thing I really want to draw? And I'm just gonna draw it. And I did it yesterday, and I can't believe I finished it. So. Did I miss this? Oh yeah, Cleaver. That's the thing, and especially because some people are overseas and they can't. The shipping on getting the physical copy is going to be so expensive, and I feel like you could get the book, but I feel like I don't want to just give you guys a digital book. I want you to have like an experience with the digital book as well as reading the story. So I figured whatever I could add into the digital tier that would still make it valuable, and you could still have the experience without getting the package, then I figured, and it's probably more helpful too for some people who want to learn how to do this stuff. So where do we go next, you guys? Maybe the face. Let's get the face in for once. It's gonna be upside down for a bit here. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back to the purplish tint for the outline of the face, and not so much the blue. Oh, sweet, Vince. Congratulations, you guys. That's awesome. How did I miss that information? And finding your audience. I guess how I find my audience is probably, first, do I love what what project I'm working on? And a lot of times the audience sort of finds you if you are on any of the social media platforms. So, and yeah, as long as you love something, chances are there's going to be tons of people that love it too. And you probably follow certain people that have the same interests as you, and it kind of is like in a little cycle. And then your audience is going to be within the people you follow, and then anything that you put out there. Because I did other books, and there are other genres like post-apocalyptic, and people kind of found me that way. And there's also an overlap with comic books too as well. And cyberpunk isn't the hardest thing to have people find you. So yeah, it's just putting yourself out there with how you want to be seen, and then people just sort of find you. And following other artists, I suppose, as well, with the same style as you or similar, and maybe one that you like you aspire to be like. Humboldt. Hello, sorry. Hello, Detective Buckets. Nice to see you again. Okay, I'm gonna stick to her face. I keep wanting to jump around. Okay, here we go, guys. You know how I am with faces. Scared. I'm scared I'm gonna make it look fugly. Yeah, Wolf 10 Media, you gotta start drawing mechas. It's funny because I was telling Tatiana this. She's like, because I went on like a Gundam drawing spree a couple years ago because I wanted to draw them so bad. And I was drawing all the Gundams that I built, and well, I only did two actually, but that was fun. It's good practice too. Why does it look so blurry? I think it's just because I didn't ink it yet. Well. State of the art. Yes, I do plan on attending conventions and books after the comic book is done. So, and I'll bring my sketch covers with me, since I'm gonna have my own sketch covers. Faces, inking faces is so nerve-wracking. I'm gonna go silent here for a couple of minutes. Sometimes I think I put so much pressure on myself to make the face look right that I make it worse than if I just didn't care. Yeah, Joel, it's the pressure I put on, because of the face and the eyes and stuff like that. It's what draws attention. As soon as you see a face, they say that's where the eye goes. Eyes go, takes the attention. And so when you mess up and it's obvious, it's like that you forget about the rest of the picture basically. So actually, this is a Canon the Black Merino. It's actually an R6. I don't have an R50. I think my brother has an R50. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's let's just do it. If it looks weird, guess what? I'm gonna fix it with the ink. So no big deal. It's just that I don't want to do it on camera. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. Let's go. Let's do this thing. And what helps, and sometimes I forget to do, is squinting a little bit so you can kind of just see the basic shapes. But I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Yeah, Wolf 10 Media, exactly. I do the same thing. But, you know, I do that with everything. I do that with feet, I do that with hands. I guess that's just the name of the game. You leaving? All right, see you later. Didn't completely destroy that. I'm so shocked. We know you can do it. I do this with mouths too. Not an accurate count, by the way, so it could be more than on both fronts. My perfectionist weighs on my shoulders. Oh, I think every artist is like that. That's why we're so finicky with our art sometimes, because we're so, I guess you could say, OCD. I wished my right arm was my left, with how messed up my right is now. Aw, I hope you feel better, Rachel. You know what's crazy is yeah, when I do things, I'm so paranoid about like messing up my left arm. Someone's always like, "Oh, why don't you just do this or that?" I'm like, "Nah," because I don't want to chance it. I don't want to mess up my drawing arm. So I always have these nightmares where I have to, use my right hand to draw someday. So I try to use my right hand to do all sorts of things. But yeah, I'm still not good at using my right arm to draw, or hand. Yeah, I know. Even for as long as I've been drawing Wolf 10 Media, I still have to, practice a lot and then unlearn a lot of really bad habits too. Like not checking my art from a distance to make sure it looks right. Oh yeah, tendinosis. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's crazy because that's why I like drawing with brushes, or sorry, inking with brushes and stuff, because it's less pressure on my wrist. And so usually when I use traditional mediums, I don't have like hand problems, except for when I was drawing and inking like crazy a few weeks ago, or just a couple months ago, when I was doing finishing up Rockefellers, and I hadn't had like any soreness in my wrist in a long time, so that was the most recent time. But the funny thing is, when I was getting the Kickstarter ready, I was using the mouse so much that I had like kept clicking here and there, and then all of a sudden my wrist would just get like really tight the next day, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do that again. So trying to learn not to do but it is a horrible habit. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to ambidextrous? I know, like an ambidextrous artist. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have to be so paranoid anymore. Yeah, just Wolf 10 Media, trust me. I know how you feel about getting to a certain age and feeling like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. At some point, you're like, yeah, I just got to do it. And honestly, that's kind of why I'm deciding, like, right now I have to do this book. Because I still have to do, like, Dragon's Glacier. I still have one other IIP that I really want to develop. So I have to get moving on this thing and basically end up with my own publishing company, I suppose. There's no way around it at this point. Because I want to publish books. So I'm lightly doing her face right now, her lips, so that I could, if I want to fix it, I still can. Being super cautious here. And so I need to get this done by Monday, which means I might want to stream one more time while I'm working on this piece for you guys. So thank you so much, NDIA. Hello, Sia, your craft is inspiring. Much respect. Thanks for sharing this with us. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. Sharing is caring, they say. But then, I have fun doing this too. Because when you're drawing by yourself, it gets pretty boring. And I have to find things to watch and have in the background. So me talking to myself, talking to you guys is a lot more fun. The seventh force, Wolf 10 Media. That's a good idea, especially if you do it with your friends. Not only are you gonna, you guys are gonna motivate each other to get it moving, but it's also a lot more fun to share and work with other people. And this is what I realized too, and I forgot who said it. And this was in regards to like somebody who created the the first AI actress or something. She said that working with a lot of other people, or having to work on things with other people was getting in the way of basically her getting her vision out there, I guess. I'm paraphrasing. I'm sure she didn't say it that way, but someone said, part of making, let's just say, this art form, whether it's comic books or films or video games, is it's the teamwork and working with a team and seeing a vision through together. That's what makes it fun. And I actually agree with that, because if it wasn't for all my friends at Aspen and everybody I work with, like Vince, it would be less memorable in a way, and I feel like that's what makes creating this type of stuff so much fun. It's the collaboration and it's the friends that you make, and you're sharing that experience with other people. So that's why I like doing this, and that's why I think just relying too heavily on AI to do things takes away all those experiences that you develop, in relationships. Gunstar Heroes, that sounds awesome. Oh wow, that's so cool, Rachel. Yeah, I know. There's some things that I did when I was younger, and my right hand is better at, like, I think when I'm playing when I'm shooting baskets, it's the same way, because I tend to want to push with my left hand, and the ball just goes all over the place. But when I'm shooting and I aim and then I just shoot with the right, it actually goes into the basket way more often than the left hand, which is kind of weird, right? Oh, say to the heart. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people don't. And you know, that's the thing is like, even though most of this book is mostly me, but it's the other people I work with on the team that makes it enjoyable. Like I got to collaborate with Vince on a few things, and I have Chris, my buddy Chris, who's helping me out with all those awesome podcasts that you guys have been seeing. And my art rep was also my friend, and Tatiana, you saw her last week. And you know, my wonderful what is it, moderator / sticker maker. So, and John, I mean, like, I have a team that's not doing necessarily art chores, you could say, but they're definitely helping me out in so many ways, and like collaborating with them, and that's what makes this process so much fun. So that's why I think for me, AI in particular, it's like, it's just not fun. Not fun for me. Hope you do a scan of the inks only before coloring. Yeah, you know what, Stefan, that's a good idea. I could actually, this is color ink, but you know what, I could probably scan the color ink as well. So there's the pencil version I already scanned, and I could scan this, just the outline, the way that it looks, and then I'll scan the color. So yeah, it's a good idea. Hey, Sheriff from Aussieverse, you guys were so awesome. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, refilms, that's so true. See, that's just how it feels. Like, it's just a collaboration, and I think we forget that, you know. Oh, is Vince smiling? I just saw Vince smile. What did Vince say? I'm ambidextrous, but I sucked at drawing with both hands equally. Hey, yeah, you could consider that. Yay, that's awesome, Rachel. I think I have the 7720, so maybe yours is newer than mine. Remember back in the day how much scanners used to cost just to scan 11x17? Oh my gosh. It's so much cheaper to get one of those combination printer scanners nowadays. But they are huge. I mean, when I travel, I have like a little tiny one that I bring with me, and I just stitch it together in Photoshop. So, where were we? I'm taking off as much ink as possible for her face, so just in case. I'll go back and finish her face in a little bit, but for now, I want to make sure I get the outline done before we finish. Yeah, I really want to do the flowers on her dress though, kimono. A little bit of blue. Wolf Media, yeah, you make a good point. Like, because art is a human experience thing, you know, and it's a tool like anything. So there's gonna be people who love that, you know, AI stuff. I guess they call it slop or something. But I don't think there's gonna be enough people who like it to completely wipe us out as artists. That's just my opinion, and we have to believe that too, because I know everybody on this stream prefers human-made art. So. I just watched Frankenstein the other day, and and all the practical effects that they have in that movie was just amazing. And the set design, the each frame or of the movie looked like a photograph. It was amazing. And I think I binge watched a bunch of interviews with Del Toro and all the actors and them talking about it. And I learned a lot about like character development, writing and directing something, which is also, I think, applies to comic books as well. And set design and color, use of color. So I learned a lot last week just watching a bunch of interviews. Mediban. Oh, awesome. Hello. Nice to meet you from Uruguay. Silvio. Awesome. Rachel, AI cat videos are funny. Well, yeah, see, that's the thing is cat videos, I think, is why the internet is around. It's because of cat videos and animal videos, dogs and cats. But yeah, I can't help it. Every time I see a really good cat video, I send it to everybody I know. Or dog. I like when it's dogs and cats, and the cat would smack the dog, and the dog just like freaks out. Those are my favorite videos. Yeah, Cleaver, it's amazing. I loved it. I it's the one movie I haven't done this in a while where I want to rewatch it again. So I have to go back and watch it again. And Elizabeth's costume was like some of the most amazing costume design I've ever seen, especially for like a period piece, Thank you so much, Richard. Yes, exactly, Cleaver. I love the color of the movie. It was amazing. And I'm learning that myself, so. Yeah, Vince, I know, it's so amazing, isn't it? Like, if you just screen grabbed every scene in the movie, it looked like a painting. He's so amazing. And I learned a lot from just watching him talk about things and how he approaches what he does and how much passion he has for the work he does. So, funny guy too. The people I admire the most are people who like just go out of their way to do things they really care about, and they're willing to get their hands dirty by doing, like, learning everything. He doesn't have to do everything himself, but he's just so great at editing and design, and he's an artist. And that's the thing about also drawing. Some people say they can't draw, but I don't know if I believe that. I think it's just a type of drawing that people do, because you could get your ideas out there just sketching, and it's very useful for a lot of things. So, because I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and she's she's gonna do a children's book, and I said, you know what, you could probably just learn to draw a little bit just so you could get your ideas out there, and maybe hire another artist, but at least you want to be able to sketch, and kind of, it's easier to understand when you do it that way. And believe it or not, I think it's possible, because like I told you guys last time, John was he wanted to paint, and he painted a moose. He wanted to paint so bad that he did 5 mooses, and after a few tries, he did an amazing job, and it looks awesome. In fact, you know what? Let me show you guys this to prove to you that if you just put your mind to it, you could probably do it. Okay. I'm gonna show him all his stuff without him here, so that you guys can see what I mean. Okay, this is so cute. So, when he's not here, I'm going to say nice things about him. All right, so here's one of his moose paintings. Oops. Remember when I was camping a few weeks ago, and we saw that moose? I was like, yeah, so that's one of them. And then here's another one. And here's another one that he did. He's just doing different parts of the moose, and he was just getting better and better at it. This is acrylics. And I think this was his Maybe not his first one, but his third one. You look at those antlers; they're amazing. And here's Bison. So, yeah, and he didn't think he could paint. He was getting flustered when we were at the cabin painting. Not the cabin, sorry. The barns in the national park or Grand Teton, and he came home and he just started painting like crazy. And within 3 to 4 days, look at those paintings. Aren't they amazing? So that shows you, like, if you really put your mind to it, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the improvements were obvious, you know? And what's cute is, you see my bookshelf behind me? He basically, every time I had a new painting, he started to crowd my bookshelf with like new paintings. And I'm like, dude, there's moose all behind me right now. So anyways, good job, John. I'm proud of you. And so, yeah, I told my girlfriend to go to the craft store to pick up like a how to draw book and find like maybe character drawings that she liked, because I've seen a few of them where they draw cute animals and characters, and kind of try to see if she could learn a couple of them and see how she feels, because I think it's picking up the confidence to learn something that, you know, that works. And so if she does it, you guys, and I see it, I will let you know, like, hey, this whole talent thing is not necessarily real. It's the amount of effort and work that you put into it. The moose are going to be on OnlyFans soon. Moose on the loose. You just gotta trust that you can do it. Yes, that's so true. Yep. Wolf 10 Media. You have no idea how many paintings he has that he doesn't show people. And he has amazing paintings. So I don't want to preemptively show you guys some of his stuff in case he's like, oh, I don't want people to see it yet. But yeah. That moose was gigantic. In fact, we were trying to take pictures of it, and then all of a sudden it starts walking in front of the car or the SUV slowly, and it makes eye contact with me. I'm like, oh shoot, please keep moving along. I have the video, I'll show it to you guys sometime, on my one episode or something, where he's coming down from the hill and he walks right towards the SUV, and he just makes eye contact and he just keeps going, but he was like right there. He was taller than the SUV. It was so scary, but it was such a beautiful animal. So let's do some of the patterns on the kimono. I'm gonna skip her legs for now because I want to spend some time doing that. My art talent emerged when I was 4, and instead of sticking figures, I was drawing power poles. Those close-up are amazing. I know, they're beautiful. Those patterns in the dress are amazing. That took some work. I draw Darkwing Duck and Buster Bunny at 5. Aw, I know. I used to draw Ninja Turtles when I was younger, and I tried to draw She-Ra. I didn't think it was very good. Well, as you can imagine. Thank you so much, Arthur. I'll tell John that you guys think his stuff is amazing. And not bad for someone who's never drawn a moose before. And you know what's funny is he went a little overboard, and he's like, I want to paint. And so we went to the art store to buy all these painting supplies, and he spent more money than I did on paint. I'm like, dang, you're going all out. So yeah, but if my friend, she does start drawing and she sends me, pictures of her art, I'll let you guys know. And that would be proof that you just have to believe that you could do it, and you're probably going to get further than if you didn't try. Most definitely. Can you see that? Oh. Yes. The funny thing is, those, because of how simple how simple those character designs are, it's like easier to pick up and draw, and that's when you know it's really great design. Because I could draw Ninja Turtles, just the mask, the eyes, and the teeth, and you knew what it was just right away. Voltron and Gremlins. Dang, Gremlins would be so hard to draw in Voltron. That's awesome. I think first thing I was drawing was Mickey Mouse too. I don't know why I was so proud of myself when I could draw Mickey Mouse in second grade. I'm like, yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah, Rachel, I think it's different people have different forms of expressing themselves artistically without knowing it. Writing is one thing, and what else is there? There's so many different things that people don't consider to be art, but it actually takes the same kind of, creativity, from the same part of your brain, probably. 1998 Godzilla. Oh my gosh, that's cool. That's a cool thing to draw, though. I think it's his fins on the back, right? His spine. Sakura. I don't remember the cartoon series, Wolfton Media. I'm gonna have to look that up. Small Soldiers. I don't remember that either. I used to try to draw like the Little Mermaid and stuff. And I was too scared to draw Bambi because animals were hard for me growing up. Man, my camera keeps shutting off. I understand. Writing's tough in general, right? You know what else I realized not that long ago is I do my math problems backwards. They teach us to go from right to left in school, but then I feel like if I jump from doing the problem from left to right and then back to, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, our brains are all a little different, Okay, so I kind of showed. Whoa. Did I miss some comments, you guys? I'm sorry. State of the art. I'm sorry. What did you say something earlier and I missed it? Moose or mooses? Oh, okay. I think it's moose, but I want to say moosen. Meese. Kind of like geese, you guys. I want to say mooses. Why can't we just say mooses? When you say moose, you're like, I saw two moose instead of I saw mooses. I don't know. I didn't make up the language. Let's add some color to the some of the petals, just so you guys can see. I want to do like an orange, I think, or no, maybe let's do hot pink. Herd of moose. I know. There's a way to say it. It's just I'd rather not say it that way. I want it, I want it to be consistent. I think it's singular to describe moose in plural. No, my head's gonna explode. Why does it have to be so complicated? Let's do this flower right here. Just test it out. Oh, messed up my brush. Yeah, Rachel, I believe it. I know that you guys have a lot of moose over there, and they're probably gigantic. I would love to see a large, like, dinosaur-sized moose. From far away, of course. Meese is the correct answer. Because some people are Julius Caesar. Yeah, that's funny. Bison are pretty big too. Oh, I know bison are huge. Oh man, those things they're so they're so sweet, like soft and cuddly looking, but I know like some people get so close to them. I've seen videos and like, dude, do not do that. And even with me, it's like sometimes, we're driving and you see the moose, or not moose, but the bison crossing the highway. You're like, oh, please just keep going. And it's also scary if someone doesn't, pay attention and they run into the bison or something like that. You cut yourself because I was about to say, girl. Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. Last Man Walking. I've seen videos of people getting stomped by bison because they get too close in Yellowstone. So I'm definitely not one of those people. I'm paranoid. I'm already small enough as it is, let alone being that close to a bison. They're so crazy scary because they're big. I mean, they're minding their own business, of course, but yeah, people get too close to those things. In fact, I would argue that most wildlife you shouldn't get too close to them. Whoa, cool. That's awesome, Rachel. Yeah, I love those animals. That's why John and I always go to Grand Teton and Yellowstone just to take pictures and videos, and we get inspired by them. Feels like you're seeing history when you see those animals. I haven't seen a wolf yet. I heard that there was a wolf den near where we were camping, but I did not see the wolves. Last Man Walking, for sure. Especially when they have to sometimes relocate a bear, or bears. So they have to capture them and move them. I don't know if I ever told you. Well, no, I didn't. So at the cabin before we moved, there is a mama grizzly and two cubs, and they were right by the hot tub near, where the living room is at the cabin. And I was up in my office drawing, and all of a sudden I saw this really big, beautiful animal with a tag on its ear walking past my window. And as soon as I saw the tag, I knew it was a grizzly bear. So that was pretty amazing. And I think it was the same mama bear and two cubs that was relocated from our neighborhood the year before and just came back. So, yep. And then they disappeared again. So, don't know where they went. Oh, Last Man Walking. Yeah, it'd be cool. I have family that have family in Alaska. Maybe someday I should visit just so I could see the wildlife. Oh, refilms. Yeah, I know what you mean. It seems like it would be that way, but I think we just, because we kept our distance and left them alone, they kind of left. And living in Montana, that's just something you kind of have to know how to deal with is the big wildlife. And I'm a backpacker, so there's like rules for how to deal with bears and mountain lions and grizzly bears. Yes, the fun. I actually have a video of the bears. I did not post it online because I don't want people to share it and figure out where they're at and stuff like that, So I had gotten really good footage of the bears when I had my, long lens, wildlife lens that I took pictures of them and video. Okay, so now you kind of see how I do the flowers. And so there's waves in this as well, at least lines. And I'm going to probably do this last. But it's a lot of fun. Let's see if I could speed up this outlining process. Oh, Cleaver. They're so cute. I think you guys might have seen, some of you might have seen the video I posted on Facebook and Instagram a few years ago when we were driving down the driveway back home to the cabin, and there was a mama bear and 2 cubs, and these are just black bears. And they, as soon as they saw us in the car, they just a couple of the cubs climbed up the tree, or they were up the tree, and then they climbed back down and ran after their mom. It was so cute, and I was just like in just awe. Like right in front of our cabin, there was 2. I mean, those bears, and they're so adorable. And we were in our car, so the one thing we don't have. I mean, we have plenty of at the cabin is bear spray. Haven't had to use it, but when I backpack, I think we ran into bears at least 5 or 6 times. So when I was in Washington State. Yeah, Cleaver, sometimes you got to do that because you don't want them to get into the garbage and then get habituated. I am long overdue for a backpacking trip. We haven't been backpacking for a year and a half or so. But I got plenty to do here. So I think if I do any kind of trip, it's probably going to be to Japan, hopefully, definitely Europe, and maybe some states, wherever I could go to do some signings and conventions. I'll definitely do that. Oh, crows are funny because they're smart. But then when they communicate, you could hear them talking, and they see you, walking, maybe with food or something. They start squawking. You know what animals are really pretty in Montana is those big, huge ravens that I see in the national park. Oh, Japan! I know Japan would be awesome. Riding our bikes by glacier, came up with my mom and 3 cubs. The cub were less than 3 months old. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, a lot of people definitely see grizzlies up there when they're hiking up I think it's the Divide or that area after Avalanche Lake in Glacier. Hey, boo boo, Richard Willis. Like, it Yogi the bear. Yeah, Rachel, same here. I've never had that kind of encounter with a bear before. They've been, they get skittish and they run away a lot of times. Or they just kind of slowly, you know, maneuver and walk away. I mean, the one time that was like face to face, the bear was looking away and I was behind John and I didn't look up. And finally he's like, see ya. And as soon as I looked up and I saw the bear, we made eye contact. I'm like, oh, dang. And the bear looked left and right, didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do. And finally we gave the bear away on the trail because there was a drop off on the side. And so the bear saw that we were just going to back off and just let it go. It basically went the other direction. So we both went the opposite direction of each other. That was the closest encounter, I think, with where a bear noticed us and we noticed it, and it went its way. And we stepped aside, so off the trail without falling off the cliff. But honestly, when you're in the moment like that, you don't. I don't have that fight or flight instinct. I don't have that flight instinct or the fight instinct as much as like you start to see the animal. At least for me, almost like you could understand each other in a way, I guess. And we got away pretty good that time. So, okay, you guys, I'm gonna go for another 10 minutes, and then I have to run some errands, pack some commissions to send to Tatiana so she could send it out to you guys. And I have 3 more commissions on the main list that we've had, and then I'm done with that. So everything is timed as good as it can be at this point. Yeah, Judith, for sure. Definitely, those things kind of run through your head, but you don't really know how you're going to react until you're in the moment. And I realize that I have like this I don't know, this weird instinct with at least with that bear, where I was like, okay, don't do whatever, don't run, don't run, and don't shout at the bear, and just talk calmly. And the bear kind of got it, I guess, and was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. You're not gonna do anything. You're kind of tiny and wimpy, so. Oh, thank you, Cleaver. It's funny. I didn't realize that people have this. They want a crow for a pet, and I understand it now. They're kind of cute. This one was fun. I think it's because of the colors and the ink. It's so smooth that it's not not struggling with it. Because sometimes when I use markers, I have to refill it and it streaks, and I don't like how it looks. So far so good. Thank you so much, Last Man Walking. This brush makes it so much easier to do the line work and get it as close to my drawing as possible. Cleaver. Seagulls versus crows. Judith, yes I am. I'm using, I can show you really quick. I have this color I'm using. I had some of this blue, and my favorite is the magenta. It's like hot pink basically. That looks really, really nice, especially for cyberpunk type stuff. Wolf 10 Media. You know what would be really cool? I've seen like people in Siberia, they have the hawks, and they hunt with the hawks on horseback. That's amazing. And I got to study a lot of that with when I was doing Lady Mechanica. I'm gonna do some of the folds in her kimono. I think that's a good step to take this time, because then I could speed through it and feel like I've made some good progress. Wolfton, that's funny. I guess when you start to watch birds like that, it's kind of cute. It reminds me of the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Hawks or falcons. Yeah. I think they're falcons, right? Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you so much, Richard. Like I said, this brush is amazing. See how I only put a little bit of ink at the tip? And I plan on, if I don't forget, because sometimes I forget to not wet this part so that it stays nice and stiff. And then all I need is like the tip. And then you get these fine lines. Mine. I love that. I remember that scene. You know what my other favorite movie is? One of my favorite Disney films, if you want to call it Disney, is Wall-E. I like how he says Eva. So cute. I think I'll wait. Let's do next. Maybe I'll do one leg. Next week for the skin tones? No, I'm thinking I have to do it sooner. I'm probably going to stream 3 or 4 times this week, you guys, because this piece needs to get done before Monday so I could put it for the last Kickstarter add-on. So, yeah, I'm probably going to stream one more time before the end of the Kickstarter. Okay, so definitely I'm going to be streaming on Thursday, which is also Thanksgiving, and the last day of the Kickstarter. So it'll be like a closeout party for it, live stream. and then I'll probably do one more on Tuesday. But I might do another one sooner, so I'm just gonna. That way, you guys can see me coloring this because I need to get this done sooner than later. So I might stream again this weekend, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on if I finish the other cover, and then definitely gonna stream on Tuesday and Thursday. So party time. Yep, and then we're gonna have a Christmas party too, you guys. I'm still considering Bobby Ross. Maybe I'll dress up as Bobby Ross, but definitely ugly Christmas sweater. I gotta go get my Christmas tree and decorate the apartment and make it festive because my background's pretty boring right now. So, but yeah, the Kickstarter has been taking up a lot of time, so it's been really hard to do anything else. But I think after I finish, I could, do some chores, I guess, around the apartment. Decorate my Christmas tree. If you guys have seen some of the pictures from the cabin, I obsess over decorating for the holidays. It was something my mom and I used to do when I was growing up, so it's something I enjoy doing still, is putting up the tree, wreath, and all that stuff. And I'm obsessed with packaging presents and wrapping them and stuff. Oh man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I love the smell of pine, so. And it's funny because I lived in the woods for 5 years. You would think I'd get tired of that smell, but I still love the smell of trees. It works. You have skeletons on your shirts? Yeah, I saw a couple of ugly Christmas shirts at Target. The reason why I don't want to spend a ton of money on ugly Christmas sweaters is because it's an ugly Christmas sweater. So I'm just going to get the cheesiest one I find. Maybe the one with the Target dog on it, because that's what I saw. But I definitely want an ugly Christmas sweater. And maybe I take a picture of myself and then I could, as Bob Ross, wearing an ugly Christmas sweater. And for Christmas cards this year, I should send that to my family members and friends. And they're going to be like, what is this? And who is this? Who's sending us this Christmas card? And you guys wouldn't believe me, but I was at this clothing store a couple of days ago, a boutique, and on the Christmas tree was a Bob Ross ornament, and I was like, oh, I gotta buy that. I'm probably gonna buy that for my Christmas tree. It's like, it's so cute. It's him with a palette and like an easel with a painting on it, and it has a picture of Bob on it, the one that I used on the live stream. So I think I'm gonna buy that Christmas ornament. Nightmare Before Christmas. That was a good movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. So creative though. Oh, Wolf 10 Media. I think your sinuses will be okay. Surprisingly, I didn't have any allergies, but maybe I got lucky, I guess, because there is a lot of tall grass up on the hill. So every time it starts to get dry out there, and then the pollen starts flying around. Yeah, I could totally see that being a problem. But have a good evening, Wolf 10 Media. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Cleaver Art. I should probably, you know what, I'm just going to do it. This year I'm going to watch a bunch of holiday movies like The Grinch and Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff. Oh, let's see. Yes, that's right. Have a good evening, Wolf 10 Media. Hopefully we'll see you in a couple days or so. Let's see. Oh yeah, and Elf, of course. Yeah, so Elf is one of them. What's another one that's really good? Yes, Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh, speaking of Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince gave me a Charlie Brown Christmas tree years ago. One with a red little ornament. It was the cutest thing ever. I love that tree so much. And I was trying to find a tree in the woods to do the exact same thing too, but I couldn't find one that looked quite as sad as the one from Charlie Brown. Oh, cool. I didn't know that, Wolf 10 Media. I have not watched Robotech, but it looks badass and I should probably start. Miracle on 34th Street. Yes, that would be fun. Charcuterie and popcorn with loads of movies. Yes, yes, that sounds like so much fun, you guys. Oh, it's nice to like kind of reminisce and think about that because now I feel like I should go out and enjoy myself. Nothing beats a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I know. The only thing missing is Snoopy on top of his little house. Oh, awesome. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I remembered seeing Robotech for the first time. I was like, that is so cool. I don't hate, but I thought they looked cooler than Transformers when I was a kid. So, I love them both. I love Gundams. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was playing I had the one of the Gundam songs playing in the background of that image I had on Instagram. It was what was it? It was Projects We Love, whatever. And I had the Gundam unicorn song playing because I'm such a dork. A Christmas Story, epic. Oh, you know which one is good is Klaus. That was amazing. That one made me cry. Gundam Unicorn, yes. I need to get my Gundams back from the storage. I wanted to get like a glass case to put them in and then have them behind me and like a spinning comic rack. That's what my next goal is for my studio. So as soon as I go back to the cabin, I could bring my Gundams back. Oh, State of the Heart, yes I do. Oh my gosh, if you watch any of my older vlogs, you'll see my Gundam Unicorn Perfect Grade on my desk. I love that thing so much. One of my friends, Danny, bought me that kit for Christmas. So, to be fair though, he did buy me 4 Gundam kits and I couldn't stop building them. And finally I finished. But you know what I never do is I never finish building the weapons completely because then by the time you're done with the Gundam, you're tired already. So I only build weapons that I know that I'm going to have them holding and stuff. Double O, yes. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll get another Gundam for Christmas this year, you guys. I was trying to find a way to put a mech in my comic book. I'm like, how can I do this? I guess I could have him as like a hologram or something just in the background, but I want to use it for something. And I know Sean Murphy had a mech in his plot holes story, so why not? John wouldn't know which Gundam to buy me, JD. That's the problem. It'd have to be my family or my friends because he would probably buy me the wrong Gundam or something I already have. So, but you know what? I should give him more credit than that. That's not true. He's very thoughtful and he tries to figure things out without telling me. And then every time he gets me a Christmas gift, I'm always in shock that he knows what I like. But not Gundams. Oh my god. Hey Vince, are you still there? So funny story, you guys. It was right before I think Aloha Comic Con or something in Hawaii, and we went to Peter Steigerwald's friend's house, and he collects really cool toys. I mean, like classic toys, like Voltron and stuff, right? So we're going up the stairs. It was Frank was there, Peter, and Peter's friend he went to elementary school with. So we walk up the stairs, and in the middle of the stairwell, we stand up there, and I'm like, oh my god, look at that thing. It's the coolest Voltron. It was all put together. The lions were all put together. And we knew what it was. We thought it was cool. It was like, because I always wanted one as a kid. John goes, is that GoBots? He's like, is that GoBots? I turned and looked at him like I was so angry. And like I wanted to rip his head or something, right? I was just kind of, not embarrassed, but I looked at him. And Peter's like, Sia looked at John like she was embarrassed to be with him or something. Like my soul was sucked out of me when he said that. We all looked at him. It like converged on John. It was so adorable. Oh my God, it was funny. So that's the story. And it's funny because I think one time Sean Murphy was like, I like GoBots better than Transformers or something like that. And then I told Sean, I was like, yeah, and so does John. He likes GoBots. Exactly. I yell Boone. Yep. I don't know if he was joking. He knows what a GoBot looks like, so I have no idea. But anyways. Yeah, it was cute. It was really cute. Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool, honestly. And that's the one thing that sucked about, waking up in the morning and trying to watch cartoons is I never woke up early enough to watch Voltron. I'd always wake up early enough to see the ending and or the last 2-3 minutes of the show, and then you see the ending, and I'm like so sad. I never got to watch, for the most part, the shows because I never woke up early enough. I just couldn't get myself to do it. But yeah, Voltron was cool. But I got to watch Thundercats. Oh, it's so cute. The truck from GoBots. That's Cleaver. That's awesome. I think you're what everybody calls a really a good kid. You're supposed to be outside playing, I guess. Not like people like me. Thundercats. Oh. Yeah, remember the Thundercats sword was so cool. Okay, let's see here. All right. I'm just going to keep noodling around with this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish inking it off camera, and I'll probably come back and color it so that you guys can see the coloring process for the skin and stuff. So I'll probably do one more stream maybe tomorrow for an hour or so just to show you guys that. So but for today I will call this stream done for now, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll up and say good afternoon to you guys. GoBots rule mighty robots, mighty vehicles. Oh my God, speaking of John, look who showed up on the chat. It's the guy that doesn't know what a GoBot or a Voltron is. I didn't see you up there, John. How did he know I was talking about him? It's so weird. Thank you guys so much. So I'm going to scroll up and see if I could say bye to everybody. Last Man Walking 2793, JDSCT, Cleaver Art, Stefan, State of Heart, Judith, Rachel, Wolf 10's already gone. Let's see here. Ghost Monk, Arthur, Vince, Joshua, Refilms, Xbox Gamer 6763, Robbie, and if I miss anybody, cool in first place, and Richard, of course. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be super short notice, just so I could, because sometimes I'll do a little bit of inking, and then by the time you see the piece is already like completely done. So I think the skin tone's probably going to be the one thing that you guys want to see. So I'll probably stream again tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow then, maybe about the same time. So you guys have a good day and a good weekend. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.